Greetings fellow earthlings and welcome to the Battle of the Black Gate. This is an AI only battle for 3rd Days Total War, and before I begin showing the units I just want to say, I find it interesting how the only weather options that are in Mordor is raining or heavy fog. It reminds me of England. So here are the units. First we have Mordor here, who are going to defend the Black Gate. And here we have Gondor, who are invading. Who is going to win? I've got no idea. I usually balance these well, but there's sometimes a few issues, so I don't know how this is going to go. Let's go. And here we are at the Black Gate. Gondor is moving in. The balance of power seems fairly even, so that's good this time. I like how Mordor is appearing here, that's quite good. This doesn't remind me much of Mordor though. Yeah, I don't have a clue what this is. It reminds me of the Vatican City. In the middle of Mordor. Weird. Don't know if that's a bug or just a mistake, but anyway, Gondor is approaching the front lines now. What I wanted to do is I wanted to have Rohan come in and the elves come in. However, that didn't work because the elves spawned just here and they started like walking down here, and yeah, they made it through the wall. That was weird. Yeah, so unfortunately you can only have one defender and one attacker in these battles. I did try and add some mercenary units like these and no, they're Ithilien Rangers. There's yeah, like these sort of units here, not actual Gondor units, but kind of Gondor units, just to like represent the other factions that joined them on their way as they tried to meet at the Black Gate. And you can see the archers coming in now. I was stupid, forgot that ladders couldn't be used on this map, but they should hopefully. Yeah, they're the reinforcements that will arrive later. Yeah, this is working well so far. I'll go with that. So there's only 2 gates with this. I don't think siege towers can make it as well, so these archers are going to be here for quite a while, and Gondor are going to have to try and force their way through this choke point. Luckily for Gondor, they do have a bit of soldiers, but they've got a lot to eat through, whilst being peppered by these archers as well. Don't think the actuals will do much. They're quite weak, cheap archers versus very heavily armoured Gondorian units. Yeah, they're only getting a couple of kills, and they're against the weakly armoured mercenary units, so yeah. The battering ram is arriving. Gondor is moving forward. Here's Aragorn here, the general. Taking a look at the Black Gates over here, trying to ignore the Vatican City that's in the background and focusing more on Mordor. Yeah, that's really weird. They've got the trolls ready and all of these orcs ready to fight as soon as Gondor break through. And it begins. Yeah, and I've removed some of the UI as well. Didn't see any point in having all this down here. I've got everything I need up here, so that's good. Gondor have lost 1% of their army so far. I can start to see the orcs through this gap here. 74% down. Actually, this could be... oh, go away. This could be a good screenshot here. There we go, I like that one. Yes. Trying not to get the Vatican City in there though. Hopefully it wasn't in. That would be... I'll probably just edit that out. But so it begins. Gondor charging into Mordor. Mercenaries first, I think. Yep, here they come. Just for weak axemen. They're not going to be able to break through this, but Let's see. Some archers firing there, they're not going to do that much damage, but we might get a couple of kills, but archers are not going to be worth it. Come on, Gondor, break through the defences. Oh, they're bringing straight in the cavalry right now. Is that the general as well? I don't think it's the general unit, but it is definitely the cavalry versus these spearmen. They seem to have broken through this lone rider here. Yeah, he's going to take him out all by himself. No, change his mind, go back to his friends. We've got the trolls in as well. This is the general's cavalry, so they've moved in. The Swan Knights. Trying to fight some of these trolls. The spearmen, they had it like locked down with some phalanx formation, but there's just so many Gondorian troops now and the cavalry forming in, they just never broken. They're still playing up a fight, they're not like routing broken, but yeah, the main strength of the defence is broken. The cavalry have come in and flanked. Yeah, they don't have big morale penalties. They've got the trolls supporting them, but yeah, how much can trolls really do? Mordor have to be careful, they don't want to use their best troll unit this early on in the game. Right, the laddermen are moving forwards, they're acting as reinforcements that will arrive later. The civilian rangers, you don't want to get them in close combat though, so... But they seem to have taken most of these orcs out, so if we could get the archers up here to fire down and some defences here, they could do a lot of damage. Looks like they've had a few cavalry charges into these archers here, that's good. We're only fighting archers over there, so might as well use the cavalry to their advantage. They seem to have at least silenced them for a little while. The final orcs defence here, they're starting to struggle a bit now. Yeah, they're definitely getting cut down. They've taken out a few soldiers though. Gondor sending some mercenaries up here to deal with these archers on the walls. Yeah, the trolls are still here. Yeah, still fighting. They've taken a lot of hit points, I assume. Yeah, they've lost half of the trolls so far, these should die very quickly. Yeah, there goes another one. Oh, just kicked him in the face. Oh, he's still up there. Yeah, archers are in combat now with the axemen. Seems like Mordor are trying to defend the capture point here, and yeah, go for a nice little walk as well. How far back does this map go? Quite far. And somewhere over there, you'll have Mount Doom and Frodo and Gollum and all that trying to destroy the ring, whilst the Eye of Sauron focuses here. Well, actually in the film it was more here, but yeah, they're broken through in this one. Oh, and by the way, there's a vote going on my Discord channel. There'll be a link to that somewhere on my channel or in the description below, where you can vote for the next map that you want me to do. I think it's either Edoras or Care Andros, one of those. Yeah, so you can vote in my Discord channel if you want. Like one of those over there. Oh, Gondor charged the cavalry in right into almost the capture point. That's a big mistake. I'm probably going to lose the general here. Where is the general? He'll be somewhere in this mess. There he is. There's Aragorn there, fighting to try and kill some orcs. Losing a lot of his own cavalry though. Should have probably saved these for later. he's got some Fountain Guard spearmen coming in. This is what he should have brought in originally, just to try and pin them down and then bring the cavalry around here and try and get some charges or something. Yeah, Gondor tearing these orc archers to pieces. We're almost here. Almost here, slowly marching forwards. They seem to have taken the gate now. They are struggling a little bit with getting through. There might be a unit or something, I assume. Hopefully it hasn't bugged. And the Fountain Guard have finally arrived to relieve the general of putting down the spears. The general really should pull out, I think. Is that what he's going to do? Yeah, they're trying to get a few stabs at him, but he just got out of there. And now the Fountain Guards, they can take over as the Swan Knights pull back. There lost a lot of Swan Knights, so I don't think that charge was worth it. Yeah, there's only 9 left, but at least the general got out alive. That's the main important thing. Yeah, the orcs have broken. They've now got complete control of the Black Gate itself, but next they need to take the capture point, which is going to be the really difficult part, because that's where all the orcs have retreated to. I would have thought they'd have kept some on the walls, but you know, this is an AI only battle. It can't be perfect. It just, yeah, I've just got to record what the AI does and hopefully it's not too stupid. This is what's slowing them down here. These archers on the walls. They've got units up here to try and take them out, but I think they're what causing the bug. They're slowly trying to make it through, and these ladder men here, they'll do something soon once the walls are taken, I think. More Gondorian troops moving forwards towards the capture point. These scouts are retreating here, they should be able to rejoin the battlefield, and the trolls are back in the battle, fighting the citadel, no, the Fountain Guard, not the Citadel Guard. Balance of power is slightly even. 28% of the orcs have been killed, 23% of Gondor's been killed. Oh, they're losing a lot of these Fountain Guards. I've lost half of them already. There's just so many orcs and trolls. We need to get these spearmen in. So if we kill the trolls and all the special units, then like the Olog High and the Nazgul. Yeah, the Nazgul are on this battle as well. Then they should be looking much better, because the rest of it's just easy orcs that can easily cut through. Where is the Nazgul? Are they on the front? Oh no, it's so difficult to see. Ooh, Gondor are retreating. That's quite a lot of units that they probably didn't want to retreat. There's going to be a lot of men lost. They're only like a couple of kills as well, they didn't really do much. Just like Gondor, I've got more units in, they've got their Filian Rangers firing in now, taking out a few orcs. Yeah, no idea where this Nazgul got to though. Still a few archers on the walls. Oh, these archers are doing a lot of damage. Good. Whilst they're all in the blob as well, just take them all out with the arrows. Watch them burn. Well, if the orcs are just in a stand there, then of course we're going to get torn to pieces by the arrows. Don't know what Gondor's doing. Yeah, these ones are the ones that are retreating. Like, because they are taking out these archers, and I think this is what's causing all these bugs. Oh, look at all those dead bodies. Nice. Yeah, it's these archers here on the walls, it's causing a few issues getting through the door, and oh, that's a lot of arrows. Yeah, archers are very, very rarely useful in these AI-only battles. They usually just send them into melee, but you know, this is the first time I think we've seen a good use for archers in an AI-only battle, which is good. We're just taking out loads of them. It's going to be interesting to see this. Oh, I don't think we can see the stats of Gondor at the end. We see the stats of Mordor with the individual units. Fountain Guard fighting off the orcs, and they're at a good angle as well. They're at an angle here where the arrows are not shooting them in the back. It means they can get flanked by these orc raiders here, but yeah, what are orc raiders going to do compared to the Fountain Guard? The trolls might do more damage, but yeah, not the orc raiders. They seem to have words. They seem to be forming like a weird square formation here just to try and defend. Ooh, they seem to be taking out these trolls very well though. 6 trolls left. I think I gave them 2 troll stacks and 1 orc high, I can't remember, and there goes the troll. And all these arrows pouring in. If they're not getting kills, then they're getting hit points, which are very important for when the actual melee fighting begins. Yeah, that's a lot of archers. What did I give them? I gave them some Gondor archers and some Ithilien rangers. Yeah, not that many. I think I gave Mordor more archers, but they lost them all in melee over here. Yeah, these mountain trolls pulling back. Don't know where the Nazgul are. Still haven't seen them yet. They have a general unit as well, so yeah, they should be somewhere. Have they taken the gates yet? Come on, Gondor. Take the gate. Yes, I think we have done. Oh, that's a lot of dead orcs. A few dead Gondorians, but mostly dead orcs. Same here on the walls as well. Just lots of dead archers. And yet they're finally unbugged and they're moving in. Good. I was worried about that. I thought they were just going to stand there with their ladders messing about all day. Yeah, probably should have tried the battlefield before recording, just to see if ladders work and all that stuff. Gondor's general moving round. I don't know if he's going to try some flanking stuff or something. Archers still pouring in. They're starting to get a bit of friendly fire now, but it's still mostly enemies. And yeah, there go the orcs, just a mass out there. Unfortunately, they are going to retreat here and immediately recover, whereas Gondor's troops are just going to pull back and never be seen again. The orcs have lost almost 50%, Gondor has lost only 32%, so they are... yeah. Gondor are definitely winning this. Mostly because of their archers, I think. They really did the damage. And you can see by all the dead bodies, I think most of these kills were by archers. And they've still got ammunition as well. Gondor's trying to get a flank organised here. If you prefer this angle on the minimap, then here it is. Here's Gondor, all trying to pour in. And this is what the Orcs have left. The Orcs have quite a lot of units because they do go all the way back over here. They're just not fully defending the capture point. And here we are. We found the Nazgul at last, all the way back here, hiding. Oh, look at those Nazgul, they're so cute. Oh, maybe not. And here's the Orcs General here. Unfortunately, you can't have him as a Nazgul unit, it's got to be an Orc General in these AI only battles. They've got a lot of blood on them, which shows they have been in battle. The Gondor General could get caught out here if these Uruk halberds start charging for him, but I don't think they will. I think they're in like their loose formation, so they're trying to avoid arrows right now, which is very difficult on this map, not much cover. Once there, of course, take the wall, that is. That's why you got to defend the wall, but no, decided to pull back to the capture point, and yeah, that's why they're taking such a heavy beating. But the balance of power is still in the Orc Saver, and the reason is because of these trolls and the Nazgul. They're so powerful, they're able to like tilt the balance of power in their favour by quite a lot. So yeah, it's still, even though Mordor have lost so many more soldiers than Gondor, and Gondor still have so many more soldiers left, and their archers are doing a lot of damage, still not over yet. Mordor can still win this. Some more Gondor infantry going in. Oh, I like how Mordor was just trying to bring a flank in, and then, no, Gondor come in and fill in the gap. Oh, look at that beautiful armour as well. That just looks incredible. The amount of detail on that armour. And I just wish there were better mods tools for Attila Total War, so that I could actually make something like this, but with all those great graphics. Or perhaps just a Lord of the Rings Total War. I was having this discussion with someone, very briefly, talking about Total War. Someone wanted a Game of Thrones Total War, and as much as, you know, I'm not actually much of a fan of the show or the books. I haven't really watched it. Nothing against it, I just didn't have time to watch it, I guess. But yeah, and they were saying that Game of Thrones is more known than the Lord of the Rings. Really, I'm sure the Lord of the Rings is more well known, even if it's not watched more now. Overall, across like history, it is more well known, and it will be forever more well known because it's the Lord of the Rings. It will be. Something could come along and beat it, but I don't think Games of Thrones has done it. Yeah. Personally, I would prefer to see a Lord of the Rings Total War if they had to do another fantasy one. I do think they're doing a Warhammer 3, but I'm not much of a Warhammer fan. Yeah, so after the Three Kingdoms Total War, they're probably going to do Warhammer 3, if I'm going to do my guess. And then I think they're... Are these broken? Yeah. And then I think they're going to possibly continue the fantasy sort of stuff, but not Warhammer. Which means, and I hope, they're probably going to do the Lord of the Rings Total War if they get the rights to it. At the same time, I don't think it's going to happen, but just by seeing the success of this mod alone, and the love for this mod, they've got to do it. I can't see any reason why they won't, even if the copyright will be so difficult to get. You know, so many other companies have gotten the Lord of the Rings in their computer game. So many smaller companies as well, so it's just... I think it's just a matter of time until Total War do the Lord of the Rings. What are your opinions on it? I'm curious to know. Do people want to see the Lord of the Rings Total War? do you want to see it more than Game of Thrones or Warhammer or what else is there? I don't know. I don't really keep up with the fantasy stuff apart from Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, of course. Harry Potter Total War would not work at all, but yeah, that won't work at all. But the Lord of the Rings could, and you know, Third Age has proven it. And imagine how much they could do just the DLC alone. Imagine that. Wow, it could be incredible. Like a special Hobbit campaign. It doesn't even have to be Third Age. They could do a First Age DLC or a Second Age DLC or a Fourth Age, or just like focus on like the Gondor Mordor front or whatever. There's so much they could do with it. Anyway, let's concentrate back on this battle now. Balance of power is moving into Mordor's favour, I think. Got confused with these bars last video with the Mines of Moria. Brilliant arrow fire there, getting so many kills. Mordor have lost 60%, Gondor have lost 46%, so yeah, Mordor are pulling it back slightly, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Gondor are going to win this, but I think Mordor can still bring it back if they use their units correctly. And you've got to also take into account they have infinite morale whilst in this capture point here. These are actually my units that are getting torn to pieces by the arrows. The rule is for these AI only battles I choose the cheapest unit there is, and I sit in the capture point and I do nothing, so I cannot control my units in any way. That's just the rule of the video. Oh, is this a master out for Gondor? Yeah, we've got some other infantry breaking now. That's not good for them. And there's a fly that's attacking me as well now. Go away, fly. Yeah, once we get into this capture point, it's going to get very difficult for Gondor. Yeah, very difficult. It's a shame we lost those units there. They'll have they regrouped? I think they're actually regrouped, so yeah, that might not be too disastrous. Where's the Nazgul got to now? If they're on the front, then yeah, Gondor's really done a struggle to take this capture point. Yeah, we've got some Mordor. Are these raiders? Oops, just hit my microphone. Yeah, these are raiders. They look like they're going to probably try and flank. Where are these Nazgul though? I like to keep track of where these are. I know Gondor's general's here. Where's Mordor's general? Not that the defeat of Mordor's general will change it much because I've got infinite morale now that I'm in the capture point, but still, I'd like to know where he is. There, is that him? Yeah, there he is, blending in. Here are the Nazgul, checking out their swords, just waiting for the right moment to charge. Let all the orcs do the difficult job, and then they'll go in later and finish off whatever Gondor has left. As soon as Gondor have the hope of victory, we're going to take it all away from them with the charge of the Nazgul and some trolls I think I saw. Yeah, maybe all the trolls are dead. That was my general, by the way. Yeah. Mordor's general all the way back over here. Gondor's general here. Looks like he's ready to charge, but he's been like this for a while, so yeah. Maybe he's thinking, as long as I look like I'm doing something, my soldiers will think I'm doing something. And he's got his own bodyguard of spearmen here as well. Gondor are cutting these orcs to pieces. Just look at all these dead orcs here compared to dead Gondor troops. Well, also a lot of the cavalry, but mostly it is dead orcs. We've still got some ammunition left as well. Although the balance of power is evening out if you look at percentages. Mordor has lost 72%, Gondor has lost 60%, so Mordor are catching up very slowly, but yeah. I don't know why. Apparently 20% of Gondor's troops have died, but I can't really see 20% dead Gondor bodies. It seems more like dead orcs, with a few dead Gondors of course. But actually there are Gondor, actually quite a lot of Gondor in this, because of the trolls. My bad, I thought all these were orcs, but you can, yeah, if you look at it from this angle it looks like all orcs, but when you put it like this, you can see the helmets, and yeah, it's Gondor as well. Oh, no mistake. The guards of Osgiliath are fighting on this flank here, trying to defend the general's flank. What we need to do, I think, is bring these soldiers round. Probably not the general, but yeah, try and get a few like flanking manoeuvres. It won't do anything to morale, but it could get a few extra kills. These guys of Osgiliath are running thin, and I can see some Gondor troops retreating. That's just firing at point blank range. Worried they might get a few friendly shots in rather than a fire. Firing all the way back at these, the Nazgul. And I think this is best, try and take out the Nazgul with the archers. Because right now it's looking very heavily in Mordor's favour. If you look at balance of power, it's starting to lean in onto their side. Yeah, Gondor's just completely lost their flank, the archers are now going to get attacked, and yeah, in just a few routes I think that's going to be it. Looking at it now, Gondor have nothing. I don't know where it all went. There's so many soldiers back here, but then they lost so many soldiers. I don't know what went wrong right at the end of it. They seemed to like cut their way through so easily, and all of a sudden they got bogged down a bit. And look, even I've got my soldiers left here now. Mordor have turned the tide, and I thought Gondor really had this one, but no, it looks like Mordor are going to take the win. Gondor putting up their final stand of swordsmen here, the archers are just breaking, they're not going to be able to hold. Yeah, there go the swordsmen, that's it, everything's almost broken. I've still got this up here, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this, but yeah, I think that's definitely it now. Still, Mordor have lost more soldiers, but when you look at percentage, but Gondor's broken. If you include the percentage doesn't include units that are broken, so if you do include units that are broken, it's more like Mordor have lost 77% and Gondor would have lost like 80 or probably even 90% by now. And these archers are about to break as well. Even these are fully in range, so aren't going to be able to hold for too long. Trying to get in a few final shots, but it's hopeless. Well, actually they are getting a lot of shots, but still it is hopeless. And some archers are trying to rejoin the battle, but too late for them. They've got some swordsmen back as well, some basic infantry, but yeah, nothing's going to be enough anymore. What we're looking at, Mordor don't have many soldiers left, and if we get them to break as well, they've still got all this to go through, but I think Gondor could still do it if we get a few. Yeah, because Mordor's broken. I think Mordor's still going to get the win now, but you know, is Mordor breaking? Yep, Mordor's getting quite a big rout going on now. We'd seen Mordor turn it around when we thought all was lost for them. Can Gondor do the same? Looking at it, I think they could. They actually could do this. Looking at how many I've routed already. I'm going to rejoin them and rout again, and they're just going to get cut down whilst running. And they've still got a full, fresh spear stack over here, which I think I'm actually about to move. It's just... are they? Probably not. Nah. They want the day off. Yeah, Gondor breaking again. Nah, I don't think they're going to do it now. I'm probably going to change my mind in about a minute if I see Mordor have a mass rout or something back to the base, but... yeah, I think... yeah, balance of power is starting to agree now that this is in Mordor's favour. Well done, Mordor. I guess they defended. Which I did not expect. I thought Gondor had this, but... no point in watching all this now. Even though it's laggy, you're straight over it. So that I can go get my dinner. I'm hungry right now. I'm really hungry. I want my ham and cheese sandwich. I can't have it until this video's done recording. Gondor had used like these units more correctly and didn't have a few unlucky routes. I think they could have done it. Mordor would have looked much better off if they'd like managed to charge the archers and just silence them earlier, because they lost more of the units to archers than anything else. Any Gondorian troops coming back? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Have these bugged? I think they're bugged. I didn't notice those. Still, Gondor, I don't know, get cut back here. If their units have bugged, then I will just give victory to Mordor, like I think I did with Helm's Deep. Yeah, there were a few issues there as well. Nothing that could have been done. And too late now. If I'd noticed this earlier, I might have like re-recorded or something, but... if I might rejoin the battle, I doubt it. If they haven't made it through the main gates yet, they're not going to now. That's unfortunate. I don't think they'll have changed it too much. I think Gondor would have still lost this. You can tell by balance of power. Yeah, Gondor's lost more than Mordor now. I think these are bugs. I'm just going to charge the cavalry and see if that convinces them to move. Yeah, if I can just like get a few stabs on the cavalry, they might start moving again. Some things like this do sometimes happen. Let's just see what we can do. I got defeat. But is that going to convince them to come back in the battle, or are they bugged? Yep, units are bugged, attackers bugged, so victory goes to Mordor, and bite balance of power as well. And I think Mordor were going to win anyway, so it wasn't too bad right bugged. It's a shame that happened, but oh well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the weird bug at the end, but I don't think anything else is going to happen with this. Yeah, so if we exit battle, does it show? Yeah, it shows statistics, good. So I killed 83, captured 25. Captain Yaddle, which which was the Mordor general. Oh, we actually outnumbered Gondor. But Gondor killed over 1,000 more, so yeah. But that just shows Gondor so much better at fighting than Mordor, but still at the end they weren't that good. They broke down eventually. Here are the statistics. So I've not done a read each one out. You can just read them if you want to there. Nazgul got 1 kill. Or is that damage on their own? I don't know, I'm confused. Anyway, you can see it there. Mordor won. Well done, Mordor. GG. Hope you enjoyed this video, and goodbye.